Hey guys, it's Lefty back again with more Titanfall. This time it is a review. Titanfall review is here. I've had a few days of to play the game, a lot of hours of streaming, and just playing on my own while I'm doing other stuff, uploading videos, whatnot. And I've had a lot of time with the game. This isn't a first look, first impressions, anything like that. This is my review of Titanfall, the game from Respawn Entertainment, formerly Infinity Ward, the guys that brought us COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. We don't want to talk about that a lot, but this is their debut title as Respawn Entertainment, and I am here to review it for you. And as always, this is in glorious 1080p, so go ahead and crank that and enjoy the quality, a little bit of color correction, my own little personal touch and spice to the video. But Titanfall, we're here. We've played it, or I've played it a lot, and I get a lot of questions from people, whether I'm streaming or in the comments of videos, and they ask whether they should get the game. There's a lot of hype surrounding Titanfall. A lot of people are playing it and talking about it, and people wonder whether it's for them and what they can get, what they can expect, and is it worth their hard-earned money. And I will say this now, and I want everybody to understand that no matter what else I say when I am critical of the game, that this still holds true in my mind. Titanfall is a good game. It is. I'll say it again. Titanfall is a good game. The gameplay mechanics alone, the parkour, the simple parkour aspect that they've added with the double jumps and wall running, very simplistic, but still intuitive and very easy to pick up on. And the simplistic mech mechanics, there's not a lot of moving parts to mech gameplay. You're essentially just a big, slow first-person character with a really powerful weapon that is, again, not as agile, nearly as agile as any other character, any other playable character. Those gameplay mechanics alone are enough to warrant, if you're a hardcore FPS player, you should at some point mark it down on your calendar, regardless of your regardless of how much money you have available to spend on games. You have to experience Titanfall. You have to play it, and you have to, at some point, again, it doesn't have to be now, you have to play it and try it out and enjoy all the things that Respawn Entertainment has added to this Twitch FPS shooter. And I think that alone makes Titanfall a good game. And the setting and the attempts at a campaign, at a narrative, and just the visual aesthetics, all above board, above average, in my mind. Now, that's where I'm operating from. Titanfall is a good game at its core. However, I have to judge it as a $60 AAA release. This is not Payday 2 being released for $29.99 or $39.99, whatever it was. This is a $59.99 game that is being released by Electronic Arts. It has a season pass accompanying it. There is a DLC plan for this game, and it has to be judged as one of those that is trying to be in the upper echelon of the industry, not a flash in the pan, not necessarily an indie title, but not AAA shooter. A la Payday 2 comes to mind in what it's trying to do. And I have to judge it based on that. Based as a AAA title, Titanfall doesn't have a lot of depth to it. And despite what Respawn Entertainment may say about the multiplayer campaign, there is no campaign. It's a series of audio logs that play in the background of multiplayer matches. The campaign itself is interesting. The story could be very, very interesting if explored and expanded upon. But as it stands right now, it's two people that don't like each other for reasons we don't know why, fighting each other. There's very clear good guys. There's very clear bad guys. And despite, you can play on both sides, or you have to play on both sides if you want to unlock just arbitrary multiplayer mechanics to, the fast unarmored mech, or the much slower than average but beefier armored mech, and beefier in hit points and all that, or health points and all that. And if you want to do that, you have to play through the campaign twice, once on the militia side, the other on the IMC, and nothing really happens. You can't impact the campaign at all. Now, I think the campaign deserves its own video, which I want to do, talking about what it could have been and what I hoped it would have been, as opposed to what it eventually became. But suffice it to say, the campaign isn't a campaign. It's audio logs set against multiplayer matches, and you cannot impact those audio logs. So, okay, well, what about multiplayer? There's got to to be, if they didn't spend much time on a deep campaign, there's got to be a lot of depth, a lot of customization, a lot of personalization, right? Well, no, you get about 10 primary weapons for your pilots, 3 sidearms, and 4 anti-Titan weapons, meaning there's 17 weapons in the game. And only a smattering of, or a sampling of attachments for all of those weapons. There is not a huge amount of, well, there's about 3 scopes, a suppressor, and an extended magazine. Some weapons have a fire rate inhibitor or multiplier attachment, but that's about it. There's not really a lot of depth when it comes to attachments. When it comes to perks, or what they call kits and I believe abilities, again, not a lot of depth. There's some. What there is interesting and usable in game, and it works very well with the mechanics set up. But there's not a lot of what we're used to. There isn't a pick 10 system a la COD Ghosts with 25 different perks and all the combinations that go with that. That just doesn't exist in Titanfall in terms of depth and in terms of cosmetic customization. Again, like I said, concerning the attachments, there's no camos, there's no ability to change really the armor or color or camouflage of your character. Again, it's a first-person shooter, so why would that matter? But hey, people seem to enjoy those things, and it has become an industry standard. Same thing with mechs or Titans. There is very little customization to be had, very little depth to the variety of Titans in Titanfall. And so when we view it as a whole, when we view the completely innovative and really interesting gameplay mechanics set against the complete lack of a campaign and just not a lot of depth in the multiplayer aspect, what we have is a game that I don't think is worth $60 for everybody. If you buy 5 games a year, if you buy only 5 AAA full-price titles a year, Titanfall isn't for you right now, I don't think. I don't know how much you really enjoy first-person shooters, but assuming if you're just average, Titanfall probably isn't for you right now. Wait until fall, wait until the holidays of 2014. You'll probably find it on sale, and you'll be able to play with other people. If game buying is not an issue for you, if you buy 10 or more fully priced AAA titles a year, then yeah, pick up Titanfall. It's really fun. I'll see you on stand by for Titanfall. I'll see you there. But if there's no set, is it good or is it bad? Titanfall is a good game, but is it worth it to you? I will say this. It's much like Payday 2 in its depth and in its campaign and in all the things that it has relative to multiplayer only and again a lack of a campaign and a little bit of depth but not much. It's very reminiscent of Payday 2. Imagine if Payday 2 wanted $60 for their fully priced game. Would you pay it? Maybe, but it's not a definite yes, is it? That's how I would think of Titanfall. It's a great game and it's a lot of fun to play, but you really need to think about, is it worth the $60? Is that experience worth it for your $60? And that depends on how many games you buy a year and how much money you're willing to devote to your gaming experience. Titanfall, great game, but you need to really think about if the lack of depth is made up for by the gaming mechanics. And for some people, I just don't think that's there. Anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more reviews, Titanfall gameplay, plenty of gaming content coming your way. Much of it, hopefully all of it, in 1080p. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.